wanted to go over the assignment, the annotated bibliography for the DSM-5-TR disorder paper. You have to have a minimum of 2 scholarly research articles. They cannot be reviews or meta-analysis. So if they're discussing other people's research, don't get those. Make sure it is coming from a scholarly source or a scholarly website. It is best to use the databases from the school to ensure that. You're going to search for a peer-reviewed scholarly article that was published within the last 5 years because that's the most current research. Critically read the article, take notes on it, make sure you can explain it in your own words. There should be no material that is quoted. There is a link in here to help you with references. You should have a reference for each article, and underneath that reference, you will have a well-constructed paragraph that will cover all of this information here. So when you click on example, here is an example of a reference, and here's an example of what the paragraph may look like. Here is the reference for the DSM-5-TR and an example of what the paragraph will look like explaining the clinical criteria necessary to be diagnosed with the disorder you are reporting on. Under each reference for your articles, explain the background and what led up to them conducting the study. Why did they do it? What gap was missing, or what reasoning was there that led them to this study? What is the methodology? Answer all of these questions. Use it as a checklist. Who were the participants? How were they recruited? Where were they recruited from? What criteria did they have to meet to participate in the study? What was done? What was measured? What assessments were used to measure variables and why? How long did the study last? How many times did the participants meet to participate? Who assessed the participants? So all the who, what, when, and why, and where, all those things. Then, what are the results of the study? I usually will read the discussion section first because it puts the results in layman's terms. Then I'll go back and read the results. What relationships or correlations were found? Be specific. You don't have to be specific in terms of what analyses were done, but what the results were. Then in the discussion section, why are the results of the study important? How does it help the field of study? How does it help people? How does it contribute to the field? The researchers will state what the limitations of their study, state what they are, also state what recommendations the researchers made for future research. It is not your opinion, what you think should be done, or what you think the limitations are. You're reporting facts. Then you go to the DSM-5-TR to get the clinical criteria for the disorder. You will report that, like I showed you here under the example. It will look like this. Now to get to the DSM-5-TR, you're going to go to modules. You're going to find the DSM module that's in the course. Hit the link that says DSM-5-TR Access. Take note of the username and password. Click on the link. Click Sign In. Make sure you put in the username and password. Once you are signed in, click on either that book or this book, either one. Go to Section 2, Diagnostic Criteria, hit the drop-down menu. These are all categories of disorders. Depending on what disorder you chose, if it was an anxiety disorder, you'll click on it. You'll get these 3 little lines here, click on it, and then I can go to my specific phobia, which is what I chose as an example. Here's the diagnostic criteria for that specific diagnosis. That is what you are summarizing in the annotated bibliography assignment. So again, you will have at least 2 scholarly research articles, so there'll be 2 of these with the paragraphs underneath, and then you will have the DSM reference with the criteria that you are discussing regarding the disorder that you will be reporting on in your paper. I hope this is helpful.